Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Okay, hi you guys. Here today to give you a lower body workout using either a barbell or a set of weights. Karie's got a few different weights over here based on the different movements. I would just say whatever you have at the heaviest that you can handle it, that's what I want. If you guys have things like calf bands, those little bands, or anything that can put a little bit more tension on the movement, please feel free to add those to all of these exercises. Okay, so starting with the first set of 3 exercises, it's going to be a front squat. So whether or not you have a barbell, the point is to keep that weight high up so that your chest stays tall. If you have a barbell, make sure your elbows stay up the whole time. Chest is tall, and you come all the way down to that 90, and then drive through the heels, slow and control. Then you'll move on to an iso squat. If you have dumbbells, add a dumbbell in that goblet style. So that would be 1 dumbbell held just at chest, again keeping the chest nice and tall and the shoulders rolled back. Staying in that isometric squat. If you don't have weight, then you don't have weight. You're just gonna sit in that iso squat for 20 seconds. And at halfway, we're gonna start jump squats. This would be a great place to add a calf band if you do have it. And then we'll move on to the 3rd exercise of that first set, which is a curtsy lunge to reverse lunge. Either with a barbell over your shoulders or with dumbbells at your sides. I would not put the dumbbells up at your shoulders for this one because people have a tendency to lean forward and then drive into that toe and the front knee. So make sure the weight stays at your sides if you have dumbbells. You're gonna come down into a regular reverse lunge, stay low the whole time, small curtsy, come back, small curtsy, come back, small curtsy. If you have to take a break and step up back to standing, go right back into that lunge to curtsy, trying to not come out of that as much as you can help it. Make sure that that front knee stays bent at a 90 and that back knee comes down as close to the floor as possible. Try not to push yourself forward or push your knee up in front of that front toe. You'll do that 3 times for your first set. Then you'll move on to B, starting with good mornings. If you have a dumbbell, so I think a lot of us have done good mornings with a barbell just over the shoulder, and it's almost like you're doing a Romanian deadlift, keeping that chest tall, that booty comes back, knees are soft, and then squeeze up at the top. If you have to use a dumbbell, make sure that thing is glued to your chest the entire time. If it's not, then it ends up being an upper body workout instead of a lower body workout. So same movement, make sure that the knees never lock out, and all you're doing is back and forth with your hips. Everything else stays static. You're gonna go from that to pop squats. If you have nice light weights, I would recommend using those. You're gonna put them on your shoulders for a little added tension, and we're popping into the middle, and then all the way back down, popping into the middle, all the way back down. With the pop squats too, it's better to do them slow and get full range than to just try to like bust them out quick and not really get that full range of movement. So slow them down a bit, make sure you're coming all the way to the 90 and then all the way up to the top.
For me, it was tapping my shoulders, so I probably would go to 1 and hold it right front.
So you can definitely do that. Just make sure though that if you're jumping and you've got weight in the front of you, people already tend to drive their chest forward during squats instead of putting their butt down. This is gonna give you more of a push to do that movement, to push yourself forward while you're doing the jump. So if you're doing it with weight at your chest rather than your shoulders, just slow it down and make sure you're not pulling your chest forward.
Maybe get a little bit lighter weights than what's bothering your shoulders. Then you can keep two dumbbells.
Exactly, perfect.
Okay.
And then the last one, stripper squats. So the stripper squat is similar to a movement that I know that we've done here. It's just a bit in reverse. So what you're gonna do with your barbell or your weight is start up at the top. You're gonna come down in a traditional deadlift, meaning my knees bend, my butt comes back, and I end up in that 90 position. Then I'm gonna push my butt up, keeping my knees soft, and come up in a Romanian. So down in a traditional, up in a Romanian, do it like this. Down in a traditional, up in a Romanian. That's uncomfortable for you, just switch it. Down in a Romanian and up in a deadlift, whichever one is going to be best for your back. Just make sure you got that form and you're going slow and controlled through that. You're going to move on to C after those 3 exercises are done in a loop of 3, starting with a deadlift burpee, either with your dumbbells or your barbell. You're going to give me a deadlift, and then holding onto the bar or the dumbbells, give me a burpee, add a push-up if you like, then back to a deadlift, back down to a burpee. You know the drill. Whew. After that, you're going to move on to fire hydrants. If you have a dumbbell, you're going to squeeze that dumbbell. It doesn't have to be heavy weight for it to be effective. Squeeze that dumbbell into the back of your knee, and you're going to come out at an exact 90. So that means that knee is coming up to hip, and that heel is flexed out. You don't want to drive your foot back in. Make sure it stays at that nice 90-degree angle, and you're coming directly out. If you do not have a dumbbell, what I would like to have happen is for you to just kick in the movement. So add a little kick, just a little extra tension to it. So either one of those is totally fine. Then you're going to move down to a squat to reverse lunge. Now, no matter what, whether you add the jump or not, you're going to stay low the entire time. So I never come out of this position, which means for the entire 40 seconds my glutes are engaged, and I'm hopping from squat to lunge, squat to lunge. If you do not want to do the jump, you can add small weight and just stay low the whole time. Yep. Keep that nice wideness in your legs, back to lunge, stay low, squat, stay low. Find a rhythm to it and alternate right to left. And then you are on to D, your final and last set of 3 exercises, starting with hip thrusts, easy enough, on the floor with your barbell. If you don't have a barbell, then add a dumbbell to your hips. Make sure that the weight is in your heels. I would even say come up off the floor with your toes, so just the heels are driving into the floor. Squeeze those glutes to the top. Tap the floor slightly and then come all the way back up. You should not be resting on the floor in between your sets or your reps. So it's all the way up, squeeze, tap. All the way up, squeeze, tap. Add that dumbbell to your hips. And then we're gonna stay on the floor for everybody's favorite, which is the, who's everybody? Everyone that wants that nice bubble butt. Prone pulses. With the prone pulses, you're down on your chest and your shoulders are up off the ground. Your entire leg is up off the ground as well. So you're just pressing into the floor with your hips and your abs, and you're doing little tiny pulses out, out, out with your legs. Tiny little pulses. You should never slap your heels together. It's gonna burn right away. If you'd like to add a calf band around your calves, feel free to do so, but it's hard enough as is. For your last exercise of the day, you're gonna hit some thrusters. So either with the dumbbell or the barbell, you come all the way down in that 90 squat, and you bring the weight above the head, using the force of your legs. So it should be a seamless transition from your squat into your thruster. It shouldn't be a squat, stand, and then a thruster. The power is gonna come and drive all the way through the heels, up to the legs, and overhead. And then you will be done. So there you go.